When you think of SUVs, you probably think of the Chery. When you think of 7-seater SUVs, you probably think of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro. But did you know that there's an alternative, such as the dashing X70? You know that one sibling that outshines everybody when they come by and they have like everything put together? That is the Tiggo 8 Pro. But then the thing is, the dashing is also a good alternative and a good choice, and everyone overlooks it, and it overshadows this beautiful car, this magnificent design of this car, and the way it looks. You know, the X70 is just a pleasant looking vehicle, very much sporty, very much giving elegance, very much giving the aggressiveness that you would want in a vehicle. You know, it's very much a masculine car. You know, it just demands your attention, like from the front grille to the side profile to the back of the car. It's very much demanding, it's very much interesting, it's very much sporty, and I think we underrated the vehicle and we look past it when we're looking at the Jetour brand, and we focus more on the Jetour dashing and the Jetour T2 that is going to be coming up. The review is going to be coming up, by the way, sharp. But we just overlook this product, and it's one of the beautifulest products like out of this market. We talk about 7 seasons, it's the best looking, and then comes the Tiggo 8. And one thing about the X70, it has nice looking rims. Like, it has nice, good looking rims. Actually way bigger than the Tiggo, but we'll get into it right now. One thing and one disclaimer that I have, or one problem that I personally have, is I hate when people refer to these vehicles as Chinese vehicles, because before this and before everything, we didn't used to say German vehicles, or we didn't used to say Japan vehicles. Honda is from Japan. We didn't used to say, we didn't name the cars from which country they were, but we specifically looked at the brand at itself. And one thing we need to come and realize is that the Chery brand, or the Chery umbrella brand, is here to stay. And I know, like, the Hava opened the door and opened the market for them to come into this country, but we have to realize that these are also premium vehicles. Yes, they've been around for a long time. At this point, we can say that they are stable enough and are good enough and do match up to the German brands. Yes, they haven't gotten the field of drive or how they drive, but one thing that they have done in this instance is mastered the art of a good looking car. So what is powering the Jetour X70 Plus? So it has a 1.5 liter turbocharged engine with 130 Newton meters and 115 kilowatts, which is transmitted by a DCT gearbox, which has 6 gears, by the way. So yeah, that's what's in the hood of the Jetour. Now let's look at the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro. So the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro engine spec is, it has a 1.6 liter turbocharged engine with a 290 Newton meters and 145 kilowatts, which is more powerful than the X70. So it's just giving more power. It also has a DCT, by the way, but the DCT here is a 7-speed compared to the 6-speed that you get on the X70 Plus. So let's look at the exterior of this vehicle. So the exterior of this vehicle, very much giving elegant looks, very much giving nice. You know, like, the design is very, very, I want to say timeless, because it does look a bit dated. Like, compared to what the vehicles that they're bringing in currently, it just looks a bit dated. I love the rear design of the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro Max, but this one just very much falls flat to impress me. Even with the whole look, I think the way this car looks is very much falling behind of the design language that they currently have, especially looking at the Chery Tiggo Cross, looking at the new Chery Tiggo 7, the hybrids, and also the new design. So it's just much falling behind, but then very much a good looking car. You know, it's still a good looking car. I think it can still pass by, but I think for me personally, I don't like it. I prefer the X70 Plus. But then, you know what they say, looks are subjective, so it's not really a match. It also comes with 18-inch wheels compared to the X70, which has 19-inch wheels, so it's very much more, you know, like, but both of them do have panoramic sunroofs, both of them have cruise control, both of them has parking sensors, both of them have blind spot monitoring, both of them have Android Auto, and all the nitty-gritties that you might need. Looking at the interior of the vehicles, like, this interior, oh my god, it's one thing, you know, like, I think Chery really knew how to take the interiors and do the interiors good, because when you get into this interior, you don't very much feel disappointed, and you don't look at it and be like, you know what, like, this is very much a disappointing interior. Yes, you do pay more though, and yeah, we'll get into the pricing a bit later. So yeah, like then when you look at the Jetour interior, it's just something different. You know, the Jetour interior looks good. It looks modern. It plays into the modern design, and it continues the design, the exterior design into the vehicle, looking sporty, looking edgy. I like that it. I like the way it looks. You know, it basically speaks to the new Chery Tiggo design language, and the new Chery as a brand design language actually, and how it looks and how it the vehicle just is put together. It does look like a Mercedes. I think I did say this about the dashing, but what I do like is that it still looks good. It still looks impressive. It's still a good interior, and you get all the nitty gritty that you need. As we look at the Chery Tiggo 8, the Chery Tiggo 8's interior, it does look a bit dated, but it's not that dated. You know, you still can put it up to against most vehicles, such as your Toyota vehicles, and it'll still come up on top. You know, because of the way it's designed and the way it looks. I love the brown interior. I think it just gives it something different. It does give Umdala spec, but I think if you spec a certain color, like with this red and brown, it looks crazy. But I think with white and brown, perfect. Yeah, so there's not much into the vehicles, you know, like these vehicles very much have all the tech that you need and most of the tech that you need in modern day vehicles. So I'm not going to go through the tech spec that you get and what you don't get, but they just have most of like the specs that you might need, because at the end of the day, when you buy a car, you want it to go forward, backwards, sideways, drop the kids off, play Android Auto, play some music, and have safety features, which these most of the time have. Now we'll get into the pricing of these vehicles. We'll start off with the Jetour X70 Plus, which comes in two models. We have the Momentum model and then we have the Deluxe. So the Momentum comes in at 454,900. Meanwhile, the Deluxe comes in at 484,900. Then looking at the Chery Tiggo 8 Pro, which only has one spec or one model, which is the executive model, which comes in at 529,900. You are paying more for the Chery and you are spending more, you know, but I will put the cost of ownership for both vehicles and for all the models, and you can decide which one best fits you. So now let's get into your warranty and your service plan. So both vehicles have a 60,000 kilometer service plan with 5 years, or you also get your warranty, which is 15,000, which is also 5 years of your warranty for the vehicle. You also get a 10-year engine warranty, which has 1 million kilometers for the first owner. So yeah, another thing which I didn't mention is that you get auto cruise control on the X70 Plus, but you get adaptive cruise control on the Chery Tiggo 8. So that's the only difference that you might get. So it depends what do you want. Like, do you want the car to drive itself fully, or will you be able to turn and control the distance? So yeah, thank you for watching this video. I hope that you like this video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and make sure you help me reach my goal of 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one. Bye.